I'm Alex.
I'm Ray.
And we are from the Upper Deck Podcast. Today, we're coming back with you another one. This is our second one of 3. We're going to talk about the NL Central. So that consists of the Cubs,
the Brewers,
the Cardinals,
the Reds,
and the Pirates. And those teams are going to be in the NL Central, and those teams we're going to be discussing today. And just those teams. And we want you to say who you think are your Cub predictions.
My Cub predictions?
Yes. Your
for
Chicago
the
Cubs.
Cy Young MVP and Impact Player?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You may go first, old man.
All right. The Cy Young for their team, I believe, will be Kyle Hendricks. He has a 7.5 record with a 3.03 ERA, which was pretty good. And playing in Wrigley Field, too. You know, you have to give it a little, the way balls fly out of that place. But I think he will come to the fore this year.
I have a question.
And be a very good pitcher. Yes.
Why is there so much dust in this house?
It's just dusty because we have the window open, the way you can see it all. Other than that, you wouldn't see it.
Bet.
Yes. Is that okay with you?
I don't care. Keep talking because you never shut up anyway.
Young kids today, there's something, aren't they? Anyway, MVP, of course, is what it always is with them, is Anthony Rizzo. He batted .273, 32 home runs, and he had 109 RBIs. I think he'll have the same kind of year this year. He's healthy, he's playing very good, and I believe he's going to do well. Okay, my breakout player is Jason Haywood. A little dry.
Who's that?
It's a new player they got.
All right.
It's .259 batting average, 11 home runs, and 59 RBIs. The Cubs, when they signed him, they thought he was going to be
contract.
They thought he was going to be a very good impact type player, and he has not shown that yet. I think perhaps this year, I think he's starting to come around somewhat, and I believe he will do it.
Hayward probably won't even start.
Well, that remains to be seen.
All right, my Cy Young, stupid son, blocking my papers. My Cy Young is John Lester. Now that Arrieta's gone, that opens up room for him to expand and grow. He's a 3-time World Series winner, and he was 13-8 last year with a 4.33 ERA. I feel like if he has a similar year, maybe a lower ERA, I feel like that's going to help that team out. Maybe win the division. I mean, I bet they'll win the division anyway, but the Brewers and Cardinals have made some decent moves this offseason, which will help them tangle with the Cubs in that top spot. And MVP, Chris Bryant. He had kind of a slow beginning of the season last year. But I mean, who didn't have a slow offseason last year for the Cubs? I mean, they had an awful first half of the season. Joe Maddon made the team not do that. If you weren't on the World Series winning team last year, you did not participate in the All-Star game. That's why there was only 2 Cub members on that All-Star team last year, and they were pitchers that weren't on the team before. He wanted them to rest and come back full strength and not be in that hangover of the World Series of a 108-year drought. My breakout player, Kyle Schwarber. He lost 30 pounds this year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Had .211 batting average, which he is a hit from contact. He's not a contact hitter. He's a lefty power bat. 30 home runs and 59 RBIs. But he was sent down to the minors towards in July and end of July, beginning of August. So if he doesn't get sent down to the minors, I feel like he'll have 35 plus home runs. My other breakout player, Wilson Contreras. If he can have a similar sophomore campaign like he did last year with a .276 batting average, 21 home runs, and 74 RBIs, he's going to evolve as a player. Be one of the top catchers in the league. Once Molina retires, Posey, Salvador Perez, which will be a while since he's only 27 years old. As this man last podcast called him the old man. But anyway, who are your Brewers predictions?
Okay, the Brewers. I have for Cy Young Chase Anderson. His record was 12-4 last year with a 2.74 ERA. What is the matter with you?
It's got to be. I did that last one. It's got to be a signature trait.
Ants in your pants. Okay, well, anyway, that's a pretty good record for the Brewers.
Wait. What was the record since you went baffling off on something else like you normally do?
No, he was 12-4 with a 2.74 ERA.
Well, the fans didn't hear you when you first said that.
That
you
was
were
very
baffling about something
respectable,
else.
and I believe he's going to get those same numbers this year or improve on them.
Do you think when Jimmy Nelson comes back from shoulder surgery, do you feel like he's gonna take over that Cy Young spot?
No. When you're coming back from an injury like that, it's going to take another year.
So you're saying Syndergaard will take another year?
Well, Syndergaard is a different type of animal. He is Thor. So we're going to regress back there. Let's not do that. Okay? Let's continue on here. We're getting way off base.
Baffling monkey.
What?
You're a baffling monkey. All you do is yeah. You always go off track. So how about you focus
You started me off track.
Focus on the Brewers and start talking about Chase Anderson.
My MVP of the Brewers is Domingo Santana. He had 270. Domingo Santana.
Can you speak up?
Domingo Santana.
And how many home runs did he hit last year?
He hit 30. 85 RBIs.
What was the batting average?
278.
What was that?
278. That's a very good average. Okay, and my impact breakout guy is Thames. I think he's going to really come to the fore this year. He batted 247, 31 home runs, 63 RBIs.
He's coming back from the Korean leagues. He was in the Korean leagues.
Well, Korea is Korea, right? It's not the major leagues in the United States. It's a little different, okay?
Yeah,
we'll see what Ohtani does with what he's going to do when he comes here.
All right, but anyway,
who's you got for that?
I have Julio Chacin. Pitched for the Padres last year. Was 13-10, which he didn't get much run support because the Padres were awful. But that's beyond the point. He was 3.89 ERA last year, which is decent for not a household name. My MVP, Eric Thames, we already discussed him. And my breakout player, Lorenzo Cain. 300 average, 15 home runs, 49 RBIs. I feel like him coming back to the team that drafted him and he played for the first year in his big league career will help influence him into being a better all-time player.
Well, to me, a breakout, I believe like a breakout player should hit more home runs and have a better average. What was his average?
300.
300. Okay.
Your breakout player had like a 247.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you gotta have better average.
But he had 31 home runs though.
Okay, what's your point?
Makes up for it.
Okay.
All right, let's go on to the Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals. Okay. Who do you have for them?
Okay, I got Adam Wainwright as their Cy Young.
And why do you have him?
He was 12-5 with a tremendous 5.11 ERA. Now that shows you.
You could say 5.11.
Now that shows you what run support can do. With an ERA of 5.11 and still win 12 games and only lose 5, that is really fantastic. And so I think he's going to get a little more support this year, and I believe he's going to tighten up that ERA.
What form do you think he's going to return back to with 2014 when he went like 20-8 or something like that? I believe.
Perhaps that's a possibility.
But
yes.
He's like what, 4 years older now?
Well, he's a professional, a consummate professional pitcher.
Okay, so is Kershaw, and he can't pitch in the postseason.
Well, we're not talking about him now, okay?
I'm just saying.
You jump all around.
I'm just saying.
I mean, why? We're talking about the Cardinals. We're not talking about the Dodgers.
But I'm just saying, you said he can perform back to that level, but yet he can't. But they're both getting older, and he's just getting older means you can't pitch that
well. It's like fine wine. It gets better as it gets older. So,
Okay, I bet.
Some guys don't get good getting older. Some guys do get better older.
So Randy Johnson's last year didn't have a great year. You telling me he sucked?
What are we talking? We're not talking about Randy Johnson. Let's continue on here.
You keep
getting way off track.
Yeah, because of you.
Okay, my MVP is Marcell Ozuna. He's you
gotta copy me now, huh?
He hit 312, 37 home runs, and 124 RBIs. That is quite something.
I have a question. Can you count past 1? Can you count past 5? The fans want to know. Can you count past 5? Please,
no,
demonstrate.
I can't. Okay, and my breakout player or impact player is going to be Jed Jerko. I like saying that name too. but he's
Jerkoff?
Jerko.
You said like saying that name, so we're going to get you to say it the most times you can.
He batted 272, 20 home runs, and 67 RBIs.
Now, what was that? Can you please explain that again?
No, I'm not.
The fans want
The
to know.
fans out there, they heard me.
No, I don't think the
Because
fans
you weren't
do.
listening.
Because the
Continue.
fans...
You do the Cardinals. Go ahead.
My Cy Young wish for the Cardinals is Carlos Martinez, the fireballer from Dominican Republic, was 12-11 last year. 3.64 ERA. Way better than that 5.11 ERA you have with that old-time 2006
What was his
form.
record?
12-11.
12-11.
Yeah.
With a what ERA?
3.64.
Yeah, okay, 12-11. Okay, yeah. Adam Wainwright was 12-5.
Okay, maybe he got run support that day. He didn't. But look at
Okay.
the ERA. Alright, here's a question for you guys. I meant to ask this in the last podcast. Whose starting rotation would you rather have? The Washington Nationals or the New York Mets? Just please tell us which one.
I don't know. I mean, well, the Mets.
You're going to say the Mets because
No,
you're a
not
biased old
necessarily.
man.
No, because
Yes.
they were hurt and they've been hurt. Like Harvey's been hurt for 2 years.
DeGrom wasn't hurt.
No, well, that's only one pitcher.
Okay.
And Syndergaard blew out his lat muscle.
Alright, we should have talked about this in the last podcast.
Yes,
now
we
let me-
should
now
have.
let me talk.
Continue. We're going way over schedule.
My MVP, Marcell Ozuna. He shortened up that swing. He stopped chasing the sliders in the dirt and stuff like he used to in his past. So that's why he improved his average to 312. He stopped shaking the table.
Oh.
You're moving the
Excuse me,
camera.
I'm sorry.
You're unfocusing it.
I'm sorry. What do you want me to
37
say?
home runs and 124 RBIs.
I'm old.
Yeah, you have Alzheimer's too.
Thank God I don't.
We're joking. We're just
Sometimes when I look at him, I wish I did. But that's beside the point.
All right, I have two breakout / impact players.
That's not nice to say, by the way. I'm sorry.
No, that's not be funny.
Yeah.
That's not funny to joke around.
No.
So, but my impact player, Tommy Pham, he has bad eyes, kind of like him. But he batted 306, 23 home runs, and 73 RBIs. And if you want to know why we're joking around so much in this podcast, it's because our first podcast we decided people were saying you read too much statistics, you weren't joking around, you weren't lively enough. So we're trying to liven
It up a bit.
Yeah.
Yes. If we start hitting each other, that means we're really lively.
Yeah. Give it a nice little uppercut right to the under the chin.
Okay.
But anyway, Paul DeYoung, 280. He's another breakout player for me. Rookie was finished second in Rookie of the Year last year, next to Cody Bellinger, which we'll talk about later. But he had a 285 batting average, 25 home runs, and 65 RBIs. If you ask me, that's pretty good for a shortstop. He had a pretty good year. I think he came up in July, maybe June, somewhere in that time span. He didn't start in the big leagues, but since they
Oh,
lost,
it doesn't matter. Let's continue on.
quiet you. You don't get to talk. You talk when I give you permission to talk.
Okay, boss.
All right, but anyway, that's why I believe Paul DeYoung and Tommy Pham. I don't know if I said how many RBIs Pham had, but he had 73. I don't remember if I said that or not.
Doesn't matter.
He keeps getting me off track and talking without permission. But now for the Cincinnati Reds, which we visited last year, and we visited the Pittsburgh Pirates Stadium last year, and PNC Park was awful. The worst stadium I've been to, and I've been to like 12.
Well, Pittsburgh was the
Awful
stadium
anyway.
was okay,
The
but
stadium was nice, but the parking
was atrocious.
It's-
Unbelievable. There was no parking.
Yeah.
They don't tell you if you're going to buy tickets to go to this place, you have to buy a parking pass to be
Yeah.
able to park there.
So-
if not, you have to park like 20 miles away.
So if you go there and you don't get a parking pass, give them the finger and park at the casino.
yeah.
That's-
Yes, right. That's what we did. We
We-
ended up the casino's only about a quarter of a mile away or something
Yeah.
like that.
So our-
we parked there and it was a lot better
Our-
and free.
Our chauffeur or my mom dropped us off there. We got our seats,
Oh.
and she parked.
How
she,
about-
she drove around that stadium for like 30 minutes trying to find a spot.
Oh, more than 30 minutes.
But anyway, we're
going
getting off
nuts.
track.
Wait, one other thing I got to say about that place, Pittsburgh.
Nice
If you
people,
go there,
nice people.
beautiful, nice city, nice people, but the traffic was absolutely horrendous.
But I have a
and they
question.
have no police directing you anywhere. It's a big free for all. It took us, 2 hours to get out of that place?
Oh, at least. We were
Yeah.
doing circles around
Yeah,
the
doing
ballpark.
circles trying to get out of there. Because
And then-
there's one way, then stop, and this and that.
And then-
it was unbelievable.
And then one
It was
part
a
when we
nightmare.
got out of that stadium, we sat in traffic at this around the stadium for like 30 minutes. When we finally got out of the traffic from the stadium, we still circled the stadium maybe 6 times trying to find our way back.
Yeah, it was horrendous. It was
It was
one of the
awful.
worst places I've ever been to.
But Cincinnati, easily one of the nicest ballparks.
Yes,
Awful
Cincinnati's nice.
Awful team, nice ballpark.
Yeah, well, the team is, they used to be very good back in
In
the
the
day.
70s.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Okay,
your
let's go
predictions
on.
for the Reds.
The Reds, I got Homer Bailey, even though he had a 6-9 record and a tremendous
When did he,
ERA.
you remember what year he threw that no hitter in? Like, was it 2014?
I don't remember.
When he became the big name ace
Well,
of
I don't
the
remember.
Reds.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that now.
It was like in 2014,
Yeah, I think it
2013.
was. Yeah, something like that. Well, he had on bad times, but I think he might come back this year. But he's playing with the Reds. It's kind of hard. What was that?
I got some. My throat's hurting here. All right.
Okay,
He's
and then
talking too
of
much.
course MVP is Joey Votto.
Why is he?
Uh,
Why him? Why him? Why
he
not?
hit 320, 36 home runs, and 100 RBIs for a team that was terrible. Okay, how's that? Yeah, right. And my other guy, the guy in the breakout player, is Scooter Gennett. 295, 27 home runs, 97 RBIs.
All right. So we're coming to 16 minutes and we're only on the.
Yes,
14,
let's go.
So we got to speed this up here.
Let's
so I'm
speed
gonna go
it up.
somewhat quickly.
Let's go.
If you would shut up.
Too
and let
much
me-
getting off.
If
of
you
the-
would shut up and
you're
let me
too
talk.
busy
Would
getting
you
off
shut up and let me talk?
task.
You see this pen? You see this pen? Open up and bite it so you don't talk. But all right.
I
Anyway.
had kids today. I'm telling you.
All right. My
something.
Cincinnati Reds prediction: Luis Castillo, 3-7, 3.12 ERA. See, 3.12, not 5.11.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean,
3.12 ERA.
6.43.
What was that? I think I said bite the pen, didn't I?
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, 3.12 ERA. I feel like he's gonna have a bounce back year. He didn't pitch to his full potential, what scouts thought he would be drafting him. That's why the Reds took him in the draft. But anyway, Joey Votto is my MVP. I just saw on my phone that Miami Marlins has named Jose Urania as their opening day starter.
Who has?
Miami Marlins, your Cy Young
Oh,
prediction.
okay, there you go.
If you wanted to see, and when we talk about them, go watch our previous video or the video after this one. I don't know which order we'll upload them in, but it would be one of those two. This will probably be the middle one, the Central, since it's the middle of the division.
Oh, how appropriate.
Joey Votto, 320 batting average, 36 home runs, and 100 RBIs. Finished in, what was it, second place in the MVP behind Stanton? Mm-hmm. Like 2 points behind him, and two. He had a higher walk ratio. He walked more times than he struck out, which is pretty impressive in today's age.
He's a good hitter. The guy is something else.
My impact.
Can you imagine him on the Nationals, for instance?
They don't need him. They have Ryan Zimmerman.
I know, but still.
They have Ryan
Oh, I
Zimmerman.
think Votto's a better hitter than Ryan Zimmerman.
I don't know. That's a discussion we'll have at other parts of the
Okay,
time.
go ahead.
But
Continue.
my impact player, Eugenio Suarez. Try and say his name. I bet you can't.
Eugenio Suarez.
Yeah, not even close. Eugenio Suarez.
Okay.
260 batting average, 26 home runs, 82 RBIs. Now that Zach Cozart left and go to the Angels, I feel like he's gonna step up and be that next step behind Joey Votto as the face of the franchise. I know you still have Adam Duvall and Scott Schebler there, who hit 30-plus home runs each last year. I believe if those two, if Votto and Suarez can hit 30-plus home runs together and
Are
maybe
you
hit
spitting all over the place?
over 100 RBIs, I feel like they'll finish in fourth in that division behind the
Wow,
next
There
team.
goes some spittle out.
Next team, the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Ah, the Pirates. Wow.
His second favorite team.
Wow. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I love their ballpark, and especially the traffic there was wonderful. But anyway, we're getting very late here.
Hey, aren't you used to the traffic? You're from New York, though.
Yeah. Well, the traffic in New York moved better than it did in Pittsburgh.
Anyway.
Okay. The Pirates. My guy is Cy Young. Guy is Tyler Glasnow. He's 2-7 with a Tremendous ERA. I'm not even going to mention it, but I think he's going to do a lot better this year.
He has 7.69 ERA.
Yeah, right. Well, and then my MVP is Josh Bell. Hit 255, 26 homers, and 90 RBIs.
He was a rookie last year. Keep that in mind.
Yes, he was a rookie and playing on a kind of a stinky team.
And I believe
so
he's going to
I
fall
think
into
they
a
might
sophomore
come back
slump.
a little bit this year. I think they may be able to, no, I don't say smell the playoffs, but I think they might be a little better. They got rid of their star player, McCutcheon, which I think was silly.
We'll
but-
talk about him next time. He's on the
Okay.
San Francisco Giants.
Right, okay. Then my impact player is David Freese.
Did you hang on?
Who's,
But before you keep talking, they don't even have David Freese as a starter at third base on their depth chart. They have Charlie Morin.
well, I don't know. When I made out my schedule here, he was the starter at the time.
When I made
So it was 263, 10 homers, 52 RBIs. Whether he does or not, he could still be an impact player. So,
Oh yeah, playing once every
all
10
right, who do
days.
you got?
I have Jameson Talon, 8-7, 4.44 ERA. I feel like he's gonna have an impact year, have a full year in the big
Who was
leagues.
that again? Jason Talon?
Jameson Talon.
Jameson Talon. Okay.
You know the whiskey Jameson.
Right, my favorite.
All right, but anyway, Josh Harrison will be the MVP. 272 batting average, 16 home runs and 47 RBIs.
Jameson Castmaskers.
We're not talking about alcohol here. This is
Okay.
a baseball podcast,
Well, maybe we can
not
get-
an alcohol.
Maybe we can get sponsored.
But anyway, you don't ask for sponsors.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, Josh Harrison be my MVP. He said he wants to be traded, but I feel like if he has a big breakout year and the Pirates aren't performing, which none of us think they will, he'll get traded this off.
Well, all in all, for this whole division here, I think,
there's 3 teams.
yeah, the Cubs, Brewers, and Cardinals.
That's
the
it.
other two are, they're just going to be also ran. Period.
See how my thing is here? I don't want to give away too much of the East, but you see how it goes: Cubs, Brewers, Cardinals, Reds, and Pirates. That's how I believe they'll finish in the division.
That's same thing with me too. Same way. Yep.
If you want to see how I predicted the East, I forgot to show that, but that's how it is. I don't know if that's
That comes out too well. It's the
It's-
Nationals, Mets, Braves, Phillies, and
that's not him. That's mine. That's his. Mine is the
Oh.
Nationals, Mets, Phillies, Braves, Marlins.
yeah, I don't see where everybody's touting the Phillies. I don't see where that's going to happen.
But
We'll
anyway,
see.
my breakout player would be Corey Dickerson. The Rays DFA'd him, so he wants to get that revenge. He has that chip on his shoulder that most players have that make him perform better. He was probably the best Rays hitter. He had a 282 batting average, 27 home runs, and 62 RBIs. He was probably their number one player on that team, and he DH'd most of the time. But we ran over the 20-minute mark, which isn't.
Yeah,
we got up.
let's wrap it
So I'm not going to discuss Corey
you're
Dickerson
putting
as
people to
much.
sleep right now. So
But anyway, that's going to be it for us. We'll see.
I might doze off. You know?
We'll see you in the West, which we'll talk about next after this. But signing off from now, I'm Alex,
I'm Ray,
and we are from the Upper Deck Podcast. That didn't work as planned. It's not stopped.